On the Deseret First Credit Union hotline. His name is Dennis Pitta. Dennis, what's up, man?
Not much. It's a real pleasure, man. This is like 2 times in 2 weeks that I'm on here now.
I know. Ben keeps booking you, which is great. And Spencer didn't want to talk to you, so he took the day off. Can you believe that it's been 6 years since you played in Super Bowl 47?
Yeah, it is weird. And what's funny is just, I think a couple days ago, my wife was showing me on her phone, you know how your phone brings up old memories or whatever. This happened 6 years ago on this day, and it was all the Super Bowl photos. So it was kind of fun to look at some of those. But it's kind of crazy to me that it's been 6 years. It doesn't feel that long ago. I mean, I know it was in 2013, but it just felt like a few Super Bowls ago that we were playing. But, what a great memory. And it's always good to go to the Super Bowl and win. And I always give Austin Collie a hard time because he went to the Super Bowl, but he lost. So it's not as good to lose.
So are you one of the guys that wears the ring? Is the ring like in a lockbox? How do you display the ring?
I don't display it. I don't wear it either. It's a little bulky to wear all the time. But
what a problem!
I have it in a safe place. Yeah, it is a problem. It's heavy. It's uncomfortable.
So what would be the occasion though that you would bring it out and wear it?
There has not been an occasion where I have brought it out and worn it to an event or anything like that. I'm sure if I were to go back to the Super Bowl and visit or do something like that, I might wear it, show it off, or something. I don't know. I haven't found quite the right time to sport it in a public setting yet. So just at home, show it off to people that come by or friends or whatever it may be. But
like that is a prime opportunity when you have to like give a talk in sacrament meeting. You have that Super Bowl ring like sitting over the edge of the pulpit. That's prime time right there, Dennis.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I don't know that that's the great setting to do that.
Yeah, distract from the worship. Yeah, that's great.
Right, but it's a good thought.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk to you about Kyle Van Noy in just a second, but what is it like to play in a Super Bowl? There's so much hype. It's such a spectacle, right? What was it like to play in that?
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head. It's a spectacle. There's so much media attention and media hype, and you don't really understand that until you get into the game itself. And it's really 2 weeks leading up to the game that it's just nonstop media. And then you finally get to the city. Our Super Bowl was in New Orleans. You get there on a Monday, and Tuesday is kind of like media frenzy day. And you have media outlets from all over the world. I more interviews in Spanish than I had ever done my entire life, obviously because I went on a Spanish-speaking mission. And so they found that out, and I had every Spanish reporter asking me questions in Spanish. And it's not the easiest thing to talk about football in Spanish when it's not a typical vernacular you use in the Spanish language. I could use words talking about the gospel a lot more than I could.
We hope to
football,
baptize the Niners by fire. Yeah, exactly.
That's right. So, no, it was a lot of fun, but you realize how big of a spectacle. You get out to that game, and there's just celebrities all over the field in pregame. I mean, you just understand it's just a completely different game than what you're used to playing in.
The game itself, taking some hits, is not being entertaining. Do you think last night's game was, quote-unquote, a good game?
If you're a defensive guy, it was a good game. I didn't like it particularly. I thought it was pretty boring for 3.5 quarters. The first touchdown came, midway through the fourth. I mean, I like to see a little bit more offense in that, but I mean, you got to credit those two defenses and the way that they played against two really good offenses. The Rams, I mean, that's ranked offense in the league, and they put up 3 points all game. And so at one point during that game, you thought, well, it was going to be a kicker or a punter that was going to be the MVP, and so that's how bad offensively the game was going. But fortunately, there was a touchdown at least in the fourth quarter there, but it was pretty boring from my perspective.
Kyle Van Noy, second Super Bowl title in the last 3 years. What did you think of his performance? Had the sack and 4 tackles.
Well, I thought he played really well, and you just saw him all over the field. And even when he wasn't making a tackle or getting the sack, he was in the quarterback's face, he was getting a hurry or a hit on the QB. He was all over the field, and he was a guy whose name was called time after time. He's continued to just emerge as one of their best defensive players for the Patriots, which is really impressive to watch. And so it's fun. You know, I know Kyle well. We have the same agent, and so I really root for him, and I was excited to play so well in that game and be able to get his second Super Bowl in 3 years. I mean, it's so tough to play in that game, to get to that game, to win that game. For him to be able to do that twice now in 3 years is impressive. Obviously, he gets a little help with number 12 on the other side of the ball there, but nonetheless, awesome for him. So happy for him. Want to congratulate him.
Dennis, Wednesday's signing day. What do you remember about that time for you?
Is that a joke? There was no signing day for me.
Well, I'm aware of the situation. I'm asking, like, the whole after high school coming here. Like, what was the whole thing like for you? This is like a big deal this
signing
week.
Day was a real day. I knew nothing about signing day, and you know, I had no scholarship offers, so I was a preferred walk-on at BYU. But signing day was a complete mystery to me. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know there was an actual day where everybody signed. So signing day for me was non-existent. I feel like you were making fun of me on that one.
No,
too.
there was nothing. It's a big topic this week, and I wanted to know what that week and leading up to coming to BYU was like.
There's some guests on scholarships. Others are preferred walk-ons, right? Preferred guest. Well, yeah, it happens. Dennis, it's okay. It's okay.
No shot, Dennis, at all.
Let's talk about this. So Jaren Hall, BYU's likely backup quarterback this season after being the third string and then eventual backup last year. He's playing baseball, and he's actually pretty good. Are you cool with the idea of the potential backup playing baseball, especially when Zach Wilson, we don't know, he's in a sling right now, potentially missing spring? We're not exactly sure. You cool with him playing baseball in this situation?
Well, I'm cool with him playing baseball. I love when athletes play multiple sports. You see so many kids in high school today and youth sports that just focus on one sport. And I'm a huge advocate of playing multiple sports, being a more well-rounded athlete. Now, it is a little bit different at the college level because you do have to kind of hone into a particular skill set. But listen, baseball and football, especially football at the quarterback position, are very similar. So you're training the same muscles. It's all about rotation. It's all about throwing the ball. And so I think that could only make him a better quarterback. I mean, you look at guys like Kyler Murray, for Oklahoma, and he's deciding whether to play baseball or football. I mean, it certainly didn't slow him down playing baseball at Oklahoma and being able to quarterback for their football team as well. And so I love it. I encourage him to play multiple sports if he can. I mean, not many guys get that opportunity to play multiple sports at the collegiate level. So you have to support that, and I love it.
If he has 20% of the results of Murray, I'd take that as well. Dennis, we appreciate the time, man. Congratulations 6 years ago, on winning the Super Bowl, and we appreciate the time, man.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Was this the first time you congratulated me? It took 6 years for you to finally muster up that.
I don't remember. The show wasn't on 6 years ago, but yeah, congratulations, man.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, that's Dennis Pitta on the Deseret First Credit Union Hotline. Deseret First, we appreciate their sponsorship of the show.